November 27th, 1984. Central Europe has been plunged into World War once again. Warsaw Pact forces have launched a massive surprise attack, catching NATO completely off guard. The sudden shock of this attack has NATO forces struggling to halt the Soviet offensive. I am in command of K-284, Nakula 1 class nuclear attack submarine. The Nakula class submarine features some of the latest and greatest technologies Soviet Russia has to offer. A brand new sonar suite, including a towed array, 8 torpedo tubes capable of housing wire-guided torpedoes, and new hull quieting technology. We will prove to be a serious thorn in the side to Western submarines and surface units. Our primary task for the time being is to sever NATO supply lines while the Red Army continues their advance towards the sea. It is imperative that NATO units are denied fresh supplies and troops to Central Europe. A large convoy of tankers and warships is preparing to depart Bergen, Norway as we speak. K-284 has been ordered to intercept and destroy this task force, ensuring none of these goods reach NATO forces. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome to the start of a new Cold Water series. It's currently November 27th, 1984, and we are in command of K-284, Nakula 1 class submarine. We are utilizing a mod in this series. It is called Epic Mod, and it adds a whole slew of new features which we will get into later as the series continues, and even in this episode. Today we are tasked with intercepting and destroying a NATO convoy that is attempting to bring oil and supplies to NATO forces. Let's go ahead and bring up the UI here and take a look. As you can see, I already begun to identify some of these tankers. We have a U.S. Fleet oiler here, and a U.S. Fleet small oiler there. And there's an oil rig as well. As you can see, we also have our towed array deployed here. The towed array is a feature of Epic Mod. You have to deploy and retract it and keep track of it. If you do aggressive maneuvers or start moving too fast, you do have chances of damaging it. So this is something we'll have to keep in mind and manage in the future. The Nakula class submarine has 8 torpedo tubes, as you can see here. It also has 6 external tubes here, which we cannot use in the mod, unfortunately, but that's okay. 8 will be good enough. And let's take a look here. We also have all sorts of brand new weapons that I will get into as we launch them. Let's see, Sierra 4 seems to be actively pinging us, along with Sierra 5, so we can assume these are the enemy warships. Let's try to identify them. Almost looked like a Garcia there, but it was not. Spruance. And so we have Spruance, 2 Spruances, Sierra 5 and Sierra 4 are Spruance class destroyers. Let's see, what is Sierra 6? This also looks like another warship just from the profile here, but let's check our tankers. Not seeing anything that matches up exactly just yet. I could have missed it, however. We have enough information to go on to go ahead and launch. These torpedoes that we have here, the 6576 torpedoes, are meant for attacking American carrier groups and convoys, not too different from this. They have an extremely good range. They have a range of 50 kilometers, as you can see. Let's get back. There we go. That is our maximum range. So we could launch from extremely far away, not be detected at all, and really cause some issues, disrupt this convoy. These are what I will definitely be using in this mission. They are wake homing. That's how they acquire their targets and sink them. We also have this torpedo, the USET 80. This is a dual-purpose torpedo. It has active sensors, and whenever it's set passive here, it is a wake homing torpedo as well and used against surface ships. Here we have the Test 71. This is our only wire-guided torpedo. So this will be quite useful for sinking enemy submarines or very difficult targets. I have quite a few of these. I have 8 of these loaded up. We also have 40 stores, which is quite wonderful. The Kula one has quite a lot of room for torpedoes. Here we have the Stallion. This is the rocket-assisted torpedo. It shoots up and drops directly on top of the enemy submarine. These are quite useful and quite a lot of fun to use. And then we have the MG-74, which is the Soviet equivalent of the Moss. And then the SSN-21, these are pretty much land attack missiles. Okay, that's a brief rundown on all the ordnance. I'm taking a look at our current situation here. The Spruance is getting a little close for comfort. She currently can't hear us. I think our best bet is to actually turn and try to get into the baffles of this task force and fire into it from there. Seems like there's only 2 oilers, so these are primary targets, and 3 escorts. Trying to think what the best way to go about this is. Let's turn on a heading of 270 for the time being. Currently at a depth of 183 meters here, so we are below the layer. Should be fairly well concealed from the enemy. We're also rigged for silent running. Let's see what's going on. Maybe they'll make an aggressive turn towards me, and that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Looks like the Spruance is heading towards me, and its active sensors are getting... Okay, this turn was a mistake. Let's turn back south. I may have to fire now. This may get a little more exciting than I would have liked. We also have ice in front of us, which we need to take into consideration when firing our torpedoes. Don't want them to slam into the ice. Unfortunately, these wake-homing torpedoes don't have a zigzag search pattern. They only go straight. Let's see, what's this Spruance up to? Looks like it's going pretty slow, moving 5 knots. She's probably listening for us. Oh boy. Reduce speed to 3 knots. She pings, she's got us. Let's prepare this wire-guided torpedo. Turn back towards her. Probably gonna have to shoot it out here. Which is okay. If we have to start firing, then so be it. I'm prepared to do so. Okay, I'm making turns for 3 knots. We're just gonna make like a hole in the water for the time being, though. Hopefully she won't pick us up. Let's see if she pings. Only 8 active. Okay, she's turning. Not pinging perfect. Okay, she pinged, but I don't think she can actually pick us up now that she pinged. Was that a torpedo launch? Is that what I just saw? Okay, we retracted our tow to right. Let's go ahead and counter launch. Okay. Alright, tube 6 away. This is our wire-guided torpedo. We'll have it run towards the target. We also have our Moss here, which I am contemplating firing. Yeah, let's get the Moss out of here. Let's fire it to the north. There she goes. Hopefully it'll generate a whole lot of noise, and the enemy will home in on that way up here instead of us down here. I'll stand by. Hopefully no RSOCs are being deployed on our position as we speak. We'll find out very shortly though. And given the smoke here, I think that may be a safe bet, so we'll have to stand by. Tow to raise, retracted, get ready to go to flank speed here. There was an explosion there. I have no idea what that could have been. Okay, we'll have this torpedo go active now. Might as well. Let's have it come up to the surface and try to intercept this Spruance class. Not sure it'll be enough to sink her. Hopefully it'll be enough to disable her and get her out of the fight. Okay, it looks like this torpedo is just circling. It's probably a Mark 46. Yeah, it is. It is actively pinging as well. Debating going active to figure out where the Spruance is, but she's still actively pinging, so we have a good beat on her. We have a bearing at least. There she is. Perfect. No need to go active yet. Another Mark 46, which dropped right behind us. Let's change course slightly to get out of the way of these two. The AI is very trigger happy in this mod. They like to drop a whole lot of torpedoes on top of you, which makes it very difficult. The AI in general in this mod is much more difficult than the base Cold Waters game. It should make it a little more exciting and a little more hairy. I'm debating securing from silent running to reload another Moss. Let's Secure from ultra quiet. Let's load another MG74. I'll continue to refer to it as a Moss just out of habit. Okay, torpedo's running hot, straight, and normal towards the target. I don't think she's actually picked it up just yet. She's not doing any evasive maneuvers, which is nice. We have another Spruant, Sierra 4, down here, which is actively pinging. I can't tell if she is heading our way. Have to wait for a TMA update. I'm getting a little nervous now. I want to continue to try to remain as quiet as possible. I'm sure the fleet oilers are probably going very quickly out of here. I have no idea what their speed is. We have a very short speed. Okay, 2 bait is ready. Ready for silent running. Okay, the torpedo is still running towards the target. I could probably reload this Stallion as well, since I don't think there's any enemy submarines in the area. Probably load another Test 71 in, our wire-guided torpedoes. Because they're very nice. It's nice to have wire-guided torpedoes. Okay, let's bring this thing a little closer to the surface. It's almost in its cone. It should be able to pick her up soon. Surprised it still hasn't picked it up. There we go, weapon acquired. Not sure how big the warhead is on this torpedo. I'm not sure it'll be enough to sink her, but... Torpedo impact. She's still up. Has a massive fire on deck, however. Looks like she's turning hard to starboard as well. Those evasive maneuvers were a tad too late, it would seem. Let's reload another one, and let's reload another Test 71 in the Stallion's place. We're not going to need that. Debating firing this at the Spruants while we can. Even though she is probably not doing too well. She may need a little more motivation to go down, however, so I'm not going to be shy with firing another one. After this, we'll send 2 towards the fleet oilers and see what we can get. We sink the Spruants and the 2 oilers. I think that's mission accomplished. I'll probably fire another wire-guided torpedo. Just because if she's not moving very quickly... she's going 14 knots. We could use the wake-homing capabilities on the USET 80. Problem is, with her evasive maneuvers, it may be a little hard. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, fire here. 2-5 away. There she goes. Try out these wake-homing capabilities. She just launched something else. Yeah, she's not happy. Fuck. She's launching towards the Moss. Perfect. Okay, we're fine. Situation normal. This is going quite well. This is going okay. Launching that Moss seemed to have been a very good decision. Do some time compression here. Hopefully this torpedo will acquire her wake. We'll see though. She's dropping decoys. We may just go right past, unfortunately. Oh, no, it's tracking. Perfect. And as you can see, the torpedo will follow the target's wake, which is quite cool, I must say. This is a feature of the new mod. This should be able to sink her. This torpedo is very similar to the Mark 48, except it does not have wire guiding capabilities. And torpedo impact. There we go, target destroyed. That's when Spruant's going down. Let's load another one of these. The 65-76 torpedoes, and we'll shotgun them into the convoy. 2 torpedoes was enough to put her in, and she is sinking quite rapidly. I am worried about helicopters in the area as well. Okay, it looks like that torpedo's moving off to the north and zigzagging around. It is in the wrong area code, it would seem. That's another Mark 46. Okay. Now's the moment of truth. Let's pop up above the layer, take a good listen for these Oilers, and we'll fire them. Let's come up to 100 meters. What's the layer at? Layer's at just over 60 meters, 53 meters, so. Okay. 46 meters, please, and deploy the towed array. Rig for ultra quiet. Perfect. See what these Oilers are up to, and we'll fire. Some time compression. Looks like the Oilers are heading southwest. Trying to get the hell out of Dodge. And we have a Spruance coming towards us, which is less than ideal. Signature, okay. Interesting. Well, let's hop down below the layer then, and we'll fire our torpedoes. May end up hitting the Spruance. I may just fire at the Spruance. Let's fire at the Spruance first, and then we'll hit the convoy. Torpedoes going up. Everything's set to normal. Let's try to get a better solution, however. Let's wait a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, we'll fire here. As long as the torpedo hits the enemy's wake, it should be okay. It should be able to home in on it. I'm thinking something like... There we go, really? 2-1 away. No. Stay quiet. Stay quiet. Let's see if she counter launches. If she does, we'll launch a Moss. And torpedoes running towards the target. These should have fairly large warheads. I'm hoping this will be enough to sink her with one hit. Suppose time will tell. We have more pinging up here as well. That's probably this Belknap. Okay, looking good. Okay, we just got dropped out of time compression. That's because she's firing. Mark 46, where's that going? Towards us, more or less. Let's change course, head south. She's going evasive. Torpedo still running hot, straight and normal towards the target. There we go. Rushing up to the surface. Hopefully it'll be able to acquire the wake. Should go right over it. Come on, torpedo. There we go. Perfect. It's picked up the wake. That's what I needed. Sometimes I'll fire them and they won't be able to acquire the wake. And that's the worst right there. So it is tracking the Spruance. We have this torpedo coming towards us. Let's drop down to 168 meters. Retract the towed array. Begin to increase speed and to get out of the way of this oncoming torpedo. We don't have a very good solution on the Spruance anymore. But the torpedo is tracking her normally, which is all we really needed. She's dropping a lot of noisemakers, but I'm not sure how those will really help. How much they help against wake homing torpedoes. Okay, noisemaker. Okay, there's the target right there. She knuckled and dropped a noisemaker. Thankfully, this torpedo has an absurdly long range, so it'll be able to run at her for a while. I'm not too worried about this torpedo. I think okay, well, hopefully I didn't speak too soon. I was thinking it would keep running past us. Looks like it's adopting a zigzag search pattern, which is ideal for us. I may not even need to increase speed beyond 5 knots. I do want to see how this torpedo does. Let's load another one. Just in case this torpedo is not enough to sink the Spruance with one hit. I'm really hoping it is. It'll save me a lot of trouble. Save me some ordnance. That's continuing to track, and this torpedo is not a concern anymore. Okay, it has to be getting close at this point. Dodging noisemakers. We'll see. Spruance continuing to do evasive maneuvers. Not sure exactly where Sierra 6 is either. We're still receiving active pings from her. I was hoping she'd stay with the Oilers, but she may be coming after us now. Okay, there's the target. Very close. Was debating going active. Okay, and the Mark 46 ran out of steam, excuse me. That's what I was trying to say. There we go, torpedo impact, and that was enough to sink her. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good to know, actually. Figured the warhead on these were... fairly large. I thought they were around 500 kilograms explosive, but she's going down. Spruance number 2. A little bit longer. There we go. Okay, we'll fire here. As long as the torpedo hits the enemy's wake, it should be okay. It should be able to home in on it. I'm thinking something like that. There we go, Lee, 2-1 away. No. Stay quiet. Stay quiet. I'll see if she counter launches. If she does, we'll launch a Moss. And torpedoes running towards the target. These should have fairly large warheads. I'm hoping this will be enough to sink her with one hit. Suppose time will tell. We have more pinging up here as well. That's probably this Belknap. Okay, looking good. Okay, we just got dropped out of time compression. That's because she's firing. Mark 46, where is that going? Towards us, more or less. Let's change course, head south. She's going evasive. Torpedo's still running hot, straight and normal towards the target. There we go. Rushing up to the surface. Hopefully it'll be able to acquire the weight. Should go right over it. Come on, torpedo. There we go. Perfect. It's picked up the wake. That's what I needed. Sometimes I'll fire them and they won't be able to acquire the weight. That's the worst right there. So it is tracking the Spruance. We have this torpedo coming towards us. Let's drop down to 168 meters. Retract the towed array. Begin to increase speed and to get out of the way of this oncoming torpedo. We don't have a very good solution on the Spruance anymore. But the torpedo is tracking her normally, which is all we really needed. She's dropping a lot of noisemakers, but I'm not sure how those will really help. How much they help against wake-homing torpedoes. Okay, noisemaker. Okay, there's the target right there. She knuckled and dropped a noisemaker. Thankfully, this torpedo has an absurdly long range, so it'll be able to run at her for a while. I'm not too worried about this torpedo. I think okay, well, hopefully I didn't speak too soon. I was thinking it would keep running past us. Looks like it's adopting a zigzag search pattern, which is ideal for us. I may not even need to increase speed beyond 5 knots. I do want to see how this torpedo does. Let's load another one. Just in case this torpedo is not enough to sink the Spruance with one hit. I'm really hoping it is. Just save me a lot of trouble. Save me some ordnance. It's continuing to track, and this torpedo is not a concern anymore. Okay, it has to be getting close at this point. Dodging noisemakers. We'll see. Spruance continuing to do evasive maneuvers. Not sure exactly where Sierra 6 is either. We're still receiving active pings from her. I was hoping she'd stay with the Oilers, but she may be coming after us now. Okay, there's the target. Very close. I was debating going active. Okay, and the Mark 46 ran out of steam, excuse me. That's what I was trying to say. There we go, torpedo impact, and that was enough to sink her. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good to know, actually. Figured the warhead on these were fairly large. I thought they were around 500 kilograms explosive, but she's going down. Spruance number 2. The Sierra 6 is heading towards this area to investigate. I'm hoping I will be able to maneuver past her and move at around 20 knots to catch up to these fleet oil tankers. I may have to sink her, however. She is awfully close. I could fire now. This is a tense situation I find myself in now. I fire and sink her? I'm thinking yes. Okay. Tube 2. She's going to hear this launch, which is going to be iffy, but we'll see. Tube 2. Fire. Alright, tube away. Okay, let's drop down to 229 meters, please. Retract the towed array and prepare for evasive maneuvers. Let's use some time compression. Maybe she did not pick up that launch. I'd be awfully surprised if she did. Seems like she can just hear us on active now. Let's turn towards her and try to reduce our profile. Torpedo's running hot, straight, normal. Okay, there's the launch. Probably another Mark 46, yep. I don't even know, do they have that range? How far away are we? Oh, she's dropping more. That's concerning. Okay, we're 7.6 kilometers away. Looks like 2 Mark 46s are heading our way. Nothing to worry about just yet. We will change course again since she knows where we are and prepare to increase speed. Looks like our wake-homing torpedo should be able to pick this up. Okay, she launched a pretty fat spread. Increase speed to 15 knots, please. Probably won't be able to hear her anymore. Let's go active. We have nothing to lose at this point. The oil rig's moving. I hope not. Okay, Sierra 6 is dropping a whole mess of noisemakers now. Flying going evasive. Oh, there's the oil rig. It's quite a shot right there. Okay, more noisemakers are in the water now. Okay, let's go 20 knots. Let's go 33 knots actually. This torpedo has gone active. It's cruising on near the surface, so I'm not too worried about it right now, but I'd rather it not become a problem later on. Still actively pinging. I do suspect our torpedo has acquired Sierra 6. I don't think she'd be doing all these evasive maneuvers if it had not. We obviously have lost contact on our own torpedo. It's the oil rig. Hopefully the torpedo doesn't smash into the oil rig here. That would be unfortunate. Let's keep running. She's still dropping noisemakers and knuckling. Okay, the torpedoes have run out of fuel, it would seem. Decrease speed down to 5 knots. Let's listen. Get all that flow noise. He thinks you can hear us on passive? 72. I don't even think I've ever seen it that high. Holy cow. Definitely knows where we are. Still, there's our torpedo. Yep, it is tracking. Continuing to track. She'll have to run out of noisemakers sooner or later, right? Wonder how many she's carrying. More noisemakers. Here's the oilers. We have another torpedo in the water here. May have been an RSOC. Yeah, it's a Mark 46. There's a helicopter. That is concerning. Secure our active sonar. Oh, she sunk. She was hit. There we go. Yeah, hit it in the stern, obviously. Yep, there's the impact mark, and she's going down. Alright, and now the process of chasing down the fleet oilers begins. We're going to start moving at 20 knots for the time being while this torpedo is here. That helicopter buzzing around is cause for concern. Looks like their speed, last I remember, it was 22 knots. We'll be able to overtake them easily. I would launch my my wake-homing torpedoes here, the 65-76 ones, from here if I was confident in our ability to acquire their wake. I'm not 100% confident in our ability to do that, so I'm going to try to get closer to the oilers, but not too close. And it seems all the escorts are now destroyed. The only thing we have to worry about is that helicopter, and it seems it is buzzing around to the south of us, just from the location of this airdrop torpedo. So I will probably cut now and get back to you folks when we are a little bit closer to the fleet oilers, and yeah, I'll see you then. Okay, I think we are in a suitable position to fire our torpedoes at the tankers here. Sierra 3 here is rather close, so let's go ahead and prepare to fire. Range is around 11 kilometers. Let's aim for here. Tube 3, fire. There she goes. We are currently using active sonar, as you can hear. I plan to fire one at a time, just so a second torpedo doesn't accidentally acquire Sierra 3's wake, for example, and I have 2 torpedoes hitting one target. I'd like to preserve our ordnance as much as possible. I probably will return to Murmansk anyway, just to rearm our torpedo supply. This has been a rather successful mission, however. 3 warships sunk and 2 oilers. Oh, or is about to be 2 oilers. Let's increase speed to 10 knots and continue to close. Looks like Sierra 3 is heading 16 knots. We do not have an accurate speed for Sierra 2. That's okay. I think Sierra 2 is going slightly quicker. Let's take a look here. U.S. fleet oiler, top speed 22 knots, so we can outrun her. Cruise 40, 22,000 tons. The small fleet oiler is 11,000 tons. 16 knots top speed, cruise 62. So it makes sense we have caught this one a little sooner. Okay, let's reduce speed. It seems like we're already losing contact with our torpedo. Let's see if the torpedo has acquired the target. We've already lost contact on our torpedo. We still hear the merchant ship, but anyway, here's a fleet oiler in case you are curious. Not sure if our torpedo acquired, unfortunately. Oh, we can see our torpedo here. I think it may have ran past the target. Let's turn off time compression and take a look. Yeah, there's the oiler. See, yeah, we need to get a little bit closer. It looks like it missed the wake entirely. The oiler did make this slight course change as well, which, well, we are nice and close to the enemy target. It looks like she's around 3.1 kilometers away, so our chances of missing are quite slim. I'm going to go ahead and fire this torpedo right here. It should acquire the wake nicely. So, there we go. 2-3 away. There we go. Still using active. Not too worried about being detected or anything at this point, since we sunk everything that can sink us. Hopefully this torpedo acquires the small fleet oiler. We'll be able to wrap this up. We have picked up the other oiler, Sierra 2 here. It looks like she's continuing to head southwest. Well, let's see what this torpedo does. Looks like it's running hot straight normal towards the target. No sign of that helicopter either. Okay, it's rocketing up towards the surface, and yeah, this is this is perfect. We can see the wake right here. We're golden. This may have been overkill for such a small ship. I suppose I could have used one of these USET 80s. And there we go. It is tracking. Perfect, and she has no idea. Let's see what all we have. Okay, we're down to 33 torpedoes out of 40, and we've used quite a few of our wake homing torpedoes. Okay, it's acquiring. I just got scared for a second and lost lock. And here we go. Sierra 2 is finally in a good spot for us to launch our torpedo. So tube number 4 here, looking good like that. Fire. Alright, 2-4 away. Let's see how she does. We will use time compression and wrap this up. We have wiped out every single unit on the map. I am quite happy with that. That's one hell of a start. I was really debating what submarine to play as in this campaign. I mean, there's all sorts of new submarines. Like the Tango was a very serious contender, but I ended up just going with my favorite Soviet submarine, and that is the Akula. And it looks like we are doing fairly well with it, so I'm quite happy with my choice now. We'll jump to our torpedo. Here it is, running nice and normal towards the target. It'll probably rocket up to the surface any second now. The Akula is one just badass submarine. Okay, it is up at the surface. Let's see if it has acquired our target. Find out soon. Hopefully it will. If it doesn't, I'll be slightly upset. But it looks like, yeah, it's running right behind it. So I think we have ourselves a kill here. I probably could have fired from significantly farther away, but I wanted to ensure we got a impact. Didn't want to waste any more torpedoes. I do plan to return to Murmansk regardless, just to rearm. As we will see, the global map is quite large in this mod, so it's good to carry as much ordnance with you as possible. And since we are in the area of Murmansk now, I figure better now than never, than later anyway. And we'll turn off time compression. Oh, she is turning very, very hard to port. I don't know how she has detected our torpedo. I don't know if these tankers have any sort of torpedo detection equipment, any sort of sonar. I highly doubt it, right? But who knows? Maybe someone saw it. Maybe they just figured we're next. It's an understandable fear, and there we go. Any second. Torpedo impact. There we go. U.S. fleet oil tanker destroyed. That is quite the vessel. What, that was around 20,000 tons? Oh, he lost it. I believe it was that large. We'll find out once the battle ends. Overall, a very successful combat mission for our sub. Very good first mission. I'm very happy with that. It could have gone a lot worse with this mod. It is pretty difficult. But with that, let's go ahead and leave the area. No contacts. We are ready to leave the area. Leave combat. There we go. 51,000 tons of shipping sunk. Sunk a U.S. fleet oil tanker, small fleet oil tanker, a Belknap, sprue, and 2 spruances. Not too shabby. I accidentally damaged my towed array, apparently. Didn't realize I did that, but good thing we're heading back to Murmansk. I suppose I probably did this trying to catch up to the tankers. This seems reasonable. Anyway, a very good first mission for K284. Let's continue. Great job, Commander. Good to hear that the oil rigs in Bergen, Norway have been destroyed. New orders to be transmitted on this downlink. Alright, let's see what we got. Looks like we may be getting a medal here. And we received a medal, and here is one of the issues with the mod. Everything is in Russian, as you can see, so I can't read it. So I'm not sure what medal this is, but I'm happy to receive it nonetheless. Let's continue. And this will probably be in Russian as well. Yeah, the newspapers are in Russian as well, but we can assume what it is saying here. We destroyed the oil rig. We actually didn't destroy the oil rig, but caused some issues. Alright, satellite and intelligence data indicate that NATO will attempt to resupply their naval forces somewhere around the Greenland Sea via replenishment ships. A convoy of such ships is preparing to depart from Quebec. Your mission is to intercept and sink the replenishment ships before they can resupply NATO naval forces with munitions and provisions. Okay. We should be able to make it back to Murmansk and do that. Let's continue on course, and here we go. Here is the world map. As you can see, it is quite impressive, and you can be sent pretty much to every corner of the globe. And here we are in Murmansk. Beautiful 51,000 tons of shipping. We have 1 medal. Continue. We will get that total array repaired, and we will rearm our boat and get out for the next combat patrol. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the first episode of this new series. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, as it really helps get the video out there with the YouTube algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you all for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.